Hello everyone! I wanted to do a little presentation of Taj, how to play Taj, how to master Taj. So Taj is a second Evangelist, Death for Glory. It's a witch doctor. He has a lot of survivability and a real late game focus. He really tries to reach the 10 points of devotion to kill the opponent. Let's see which are the main mechanics. So Taj main mechanics are the warships. There are 3 warships. You have the snake warship. So you are counted snake warship. Stays 5 turns on your hero. And whenever damage the opponent, you can apply poison 1 to your opponent. So it is pretty good in aggressive builds. And it is also pretty good to break some enchantments such as stealth, clear thinking, and a few others. So how to apply Snake's warship? You have a 3-4 which can become 4-4 attack. It's okay. It's also good against missiles, face techies. You can use the 5-4. This 5-4 is pretty good. 5-4 is premium stats. You suffer life lost 4 during the first part of the game, but then it is pretty good. And even before the turn, even before having 6 points of devotion, it's already good. And you have this reaction block, which can also apply Snake Warship. Every warship has 3 cards to apply the warship, and every warship has its own speed. So Snake Warship has speed 4 cards. So it is the easiest warship to apply. We can now see the Spirit Warship. Spirit Warship is one of the strongest, or maybe the stronger warship. You can apply fear to your opponent. Fear 1. So when you deal damage to your opponent, you apply fear, and your opponent has 40% chance to fail a card. It can be an attack, it can be a creation, it can be a spell, a missile, an enchantment. Unleashed. So any card, really any card. So it is pretty good. And on the top, also reduce the damage of your opponent by 1 until end of the turn. It is pretty good. So you have Phantom Drive, and you have also Mindless Apparition, so it is speed 3 cards. Mindless Apparition has a downside before 6 points of devotion, and it is to discard a card. It can look a bit too much, carded card, but honestly, applying fear is so good, and 6-3 is very good too, so the card is good. Mindless Apparition is card. And now the last warship is the Crow warship with speed 2. So speed 2 is very slow. You have a 5-2, which can become a 6-2, very slow. A 5-2 recreation, it can become a 6-2. It's very slow. So what does the Crow warship? Crow warship provides you Crow, which is a 2-2 attack with transient, so have to play it during this turn. With Boon, so it doesn't count in the 2. You know, Evangelist can play 2 cards in a turn usually, so a Boon doesn't count in these 2 cards. And it has Piercing, so the opponent has to can't use the block creation and has to use race, dodge, counter, stuff like that. 2 damage isn't a lot, but you have a few synergies to increase your damage once you have Crow warship, which are pretty good. We have a combo deck. Taj can play a little combo with Warship to increase the damage of the crow. Become really oppressive to your opponent. So yeah, it is the hardest one to apply. The 7-2 is good. 7-2 is good. Exhausted isn't that bad as you're an Evangelist, so you usually can't play a lot of cards in the turn, so if it is your second card in the turn, care about being exhausted. Then we also have Pristine Vessel to apply all the worship at once, but it is a prayer. A prayer has odds of success depending of your devotion. If you have devotion 6, for example, you have 60% chance to success your prayer. So it is a card that you need to wait few turns before playing it. Then that easy. And what do you do once you have all this worship? You have payoff for every worship. You have Predatory Locust in aggressive builds to be really aggressive thanks to piercing. So you apply 6 damage and you apply poison 1 to your opponent. So it is a lot of damage. You can reuse it at the end of the turn. Pretty interesting. You have Spectral Vengeance to be very controlled thanks to Spirit Worship. Fortify 2 is very good. Fortify 2 is also a way to make all your block reactions better, including, of course, the Phantom Avatar and I can see it, O Avatar. Then I show you Guilty Pleasure, which increase all your damage by 1 till the end of the game, so keep pretty solid to use it. We have Sadistic Offering, which has Fuse 3 if you have a worship active. So if you have option 6, it is a 60% chance to success, but 80% success. Interesting. And finally, oh sorry, I forget Horrific Vision. Horrific Vision is good by itself. If you have Spirit or Snake Worship active, by debilitated your opponent, which can stun. Stun is solid keyword. And Snake and Spirit are also used in Maleficent Spirit. Maleficent Spirit is a prayer, transcended prayer, so it always success. You reduce your opponent's attack damage by 3. You apply Fear 3 and Poison 3. So it is really a card that you want to reuse again and again. If you reuse it 3 times in a row, because it turns, you are transcendent during 3 turns. Usually you just read the game effect. And Forbidden Relic is a card for decks with Crow Avatar. That's it about the worship. Oh, sorry, I forget. One last. It's there. Fall of Carcass. Fall of Carcass is a reaction absorption block. You can use it against Piercing, against Determined, all keywords like that. It can be a 12-3, very solid, very insane card. And even with only 1 worship active, it is already a 6-3, so really good. Really good. Then we have some vanilla card, not really vanilla, but not linked to the worship. Essence Shatter 6-3 is very good. Apply Stun is very good. Single use is logic. So really good card. We have haven't anything. Oh, I was looking this way. Fetid's Proof is very good. Taj, maybe the best card. It's a boon card, so you can play it as a 3rd card in a turn. It can interrupt spellcasting, it can interrupt stealth, so very good. And increase your devotion by 1. so it can increase your devotion by 2 without costing one of the 2 cards of the turn. It is very solid to reach standard 10 points of devotion faster. It is very good. Then we have Unholy Refuge, which is a brace. So brace is okay after piercing or very fast attacks. I don't know if you aware that Sora or Rodai can reach speed 5, 6, 7. This card can block cards with speed 7, and it is a 3x, then a 5x, then a 7x, which is kind of okay. And finally we have Dark Protection, which is pretty slow, also makes you exhausted, but if you have 15 or less health, reset your health to maximum. It is very solid, very good. Let's move to a wheel deck. I took the example of the deck I used last tournament with Taj, so I think it's interesting to watch the deck these days. As you can expect, I use the 3 cards which provide Spirit Worship, Dancing with Ghost, Mindless Separation, and Phantom Avatar because Spirit Worship is insane. I use the 3 cards with Snake Worship, because speed 4 is insane, so Serpent Avatar, Ring Terror, and Jar of Snakes. I use Endless Agony because 7-2 is fair. I don't use Horrid Swarm Avatar. I use Wolf Carcass because, as I said, it is really solid. Essence Shatter, there is no but not use it. Petit Spoo, probably the best card. Guilty Pleasure can be a win condition. It isn't easy to use. Sometimes it can become a win condition. Spectral Vengeance provides you a lot of control, and the 4-4 alone without its effect. If you have Spirit Worship, 4-4 alone is great. And you need to have little cards to play in the returns to create Stone Devotion. And we can watch 2 upgraded cards. There is Dark Protection X. So it isn't 15 or less, it is 25 or less. And it is speed 3, so it is a big upgrade for this card. It isn't easy to use against real players, because they can play around, but it forces them to play around, and it is very good for that reason. It is just very good on 2, so why not using it? You can change it, there is no problem if you prefer another card. And Horrific Vision is insane. This is a boon card, it doesn't count into your cards of the turn. The damage of your next attack this turn is equal by 4. Helps to apply any keyword, any worship you need. Your opponent's attack is reduced by 4 until the end of the turn, and this is broken. Reducing opponent's damage by 4 until the end of the turn usually makes lose a turn to your opponent, and losing a turn against Taj lets him reach faster 10 points of devotion, and 10 points of devotion means that Taj can abuse this kind of cards, but in my case it wait to check something. I was using I was using Magnificent Spirit, so which card wasn't in the there is someone which yeah, Pleasure. Indeed, I wasn't using Guilty Pleasure because I don't use Crow warship generation. Makes a lot of sense. And indeed, Maleficent Spirit spam, it's game winning in the late game. Let's make a game, and then we'll talk a bit about it. I really like this new home music. One minute and seconds. With a bot. With Sora Elementalist. Sora is kind of like Taj. It's a character. If you let her the time to her stuff in the early turns, she becomes a monster in the late game. So, I don't want to use Protection X. I want to apply my warship, and I have 4 cards to apply my warship, so I'm kind of happy. It's important to know that Taj can't draw cards. I'll reduce the sound of the game, maybe it's a bit too high. Okay, so I won't start with this one, or maybe it's pretty good. Reality. I'm gonna be exhausted, but I apply fear to my opponent. So now, Sora might waste a card. It failed, but it was a possibility. Fear has 40% chance. I won't pick Endless Agony back, or no, I will. I will because I already have a really good direction card in hand, and it is important to have attacks to break spells and break the barrier, so I can build a very high barrier. Endless Separation, that good, I already have Future Ship active. And I'll apply my last ship. Turn 2, I already apply all the warships. Happy. No need to rush the swarm. It can be good to keep them in hand. You can use them to break a spell, for example. Or you can discard them to make your block creation faster. Here. Succeeded. So now I can use Crow, Dancing with Ghost. So I broke 1 point of concentration. A second one with Dancing with Ghost. And the last one with second. There is no reason to use yet. I probably take Slippery back. It's full insane. Honestly, Sora hasn't a single chance. Okay. Her speed is really high as a permanent speed bonus. I can block this card. So I have 5 points of devotion. I use 30 Pro to reach 6 and maybe 7. Here I'm at 7. So now I can use this card out the downside. And I probably use Endless Agony just to push the damages. I can even play the 2 Crow and kill Sora. Let's kill her. My prayer failed. I had 80% chance to succeed. Okay, victory. It wasn't that hard. So actually, let's check our upgraded cards, and then we'll do a second game against another character. Okay. Taj. Upgraded cards. Dancing with Ghost. So you have the possibility to create Ascendant thanks to the upgraded cards. Ascendants are alternative win condition. So Spirit Ascendant is your spirit ship can now create a Soul Ward as well. Soul Ward reset to life to 10, to 12, to 20 at the end of the turn, and then it is Ascendant state will gradually decay back to normal worship. So for worship can go up to 8 now, and then you have a security. This card is pretty bad. 5-3 is very bad, especially for upgraded card. But it is kind of fun. You want to use it in a PvE, in adventure mode. Can be good. Jar of Snakes. Snake Ascendant means that you can apply Toxin of poison, and if you apply Toxin 5, your opponent dies. It's kind of fun. I don't think it is active. And then Crow Ascendant, you get a 2-2 attack which has 2 effects. If you have an attack in play, attack with multi-hit, if you haven't, you upgrade your attack damage for the turn. Something like that. I don't really remember, but it's a special attack which has 2 P1 effects. It's kind of fun, but 6-2, very, very bad. Fated Spool, pretty solid. The basic card is already great. This one can upgrade devotion by 2. Devotion by 2 when you play the card, so 3. Top right. Devotion. And if you discard it, you 1, so you can really farm the devotion pretty fast thanks to this card. The second card which can farm the devotion is Sadistic Girlfriend. Here you have Fuse 3x, where x is your number of worship, so it can be Fuse 9, and this prayer always success. And so you increase your devotion by 2, and you get persistence 3, which is pretty good. Daze is pretty solid against Taj. Taj hasn't card draw, so when you take a big Daze early turns, it is really hard to come back. Here you can apply Fear 2. It's kind of okay. The basic version already apply Fear 1. Spirit Worship, so Fear 2 is a little better. And you reapply the Spirit Worship, so it can be good. It can really be good. Predatory August. Upgrade the damage by 3 compared to the basic version, and you reapply Snake Worship. It can be very solid if you to kill really fast your opponent. And last Snake Worship card, apply Lifesteal 1 to use. So if a 4-4 is good against your opponent, that is insane. You play Poison, you play Lifesteal, and you gain a lot of health from every turn. It's kind of good. Guilty Pleasure X is insane. Or at least it can be insane, because upgrade your damage and your speed by 1 until the end of the game. So the first one is a 5-3, then it is a 6-4, then it is a 7-5, 7-5, kind of possible to block. And every card has a +2/+2. It is very amazing, an amazing card. You can have a lot of fun thanks to Guilty Pleasure X. Wall of Carcass X is kind of interesting as Taj hasn't a lot of heal in reality. Can heal by 3 with Sadistic Offering. Here, you can set your health, reset your health, Dark Protection. That's probably all. So you can use an upgraded card to heal, brings healing, and Wall of Carcass can heal you by 8, 10 something. Very. Phantom Avatar X apply Frozen 1 to your opponent. It can be very punishing because playing Frozen with a reaction block means that your opponent can't play more cards this turn. So 5-3 is pretty bad, but Frozen on a reaction block is so broken that this card can be worth to be used. Crew Worship, you are going to build up 2. I don't see a reason to use this card. Maleficent Spirit X is a double buff. Just need 1 worship to apply Fear 3 and Poison. But Spirit for Fear and Snake for Poison. And then you can also discard it on the early turns. To decrease the damage of your opponent in a bit of time. Mindless Apparition. Partition. There is a mistake in the name. If your Spirit Worship is not already active, you must discard a card to play this card, yes. But you apply Fear 2. It's the same buff as Spectral Vengeance. It is pretty good. 6-3 on the early turns can be hard to counter. So applying Fear 2 thanks to this card, and then applying Fear again thanks to Spirit Worship can be very, very times very game winning. Applying Poison 2 is really good. You can apply Poison 2 the first time, then Poison 3 on top of your Poison 2, so Poison 5. If you play it with a Predatory Locust X or Serpent Avatar, you can really kill your opponent on turn 2. If you have a perfect hand and your opponent has a lack of answer. Otherwise, you can kill on turn 3, maybe 4. Of course, you hate to see Cure, but I guess only Tori has access to Cure. Really? So, this is a pretty interesting gameplay for an Evangelist. When you want limit you to 2 cards, but you can play 3 cards every turn just to be very aggressive with premium stats such as 5-4 and 9-2 piercing. It is pretty fun, but you have to find the cards. Cards work together, and Taj can't draw cards. Problematic. You are granted Berserk. Oh, amazing! Berserk is a way to draw cards. At the end of every turn, take 2 damage and draw a card. So, interesting. And the best way to draw cards with Taj is Pristine Vessel X. You can draw a card for every worship active, so usually 3. You play this card, you draw 3 cards. At the end of the turn, you reuse Pristine Vessel in your hand. You can play it again to draw 3. It's pretty good to find a combo if you use, or simply play a lot of damage and kill your opponent. Essence Shatter X. We saw that the basic version was already good. Here you can upgrade the damage by 3 and apply a Leash. So Leash heal you by the damage dealt. So solid. One. But Usually, you don't want to upgrade your single-use cards. It's problematic, but it is very strong to gain a lot of time. It is 9, which applies stun and ish. And finally, Unholy Refuel has Redirection. So, if you block 5 damage, get 5 damage. But such as build up here, build up, there is no reason to your damage a lot. There is no effect that apply be ship, but it is a bit dark, a bit a dark combo. So let's play a last game against another character, and we'll stop here. Go. Tori. It's pretty fun. We met the two slowest characters, Sarah and Tori. Tori is supposed to be the fast evangelist, the one which can reach faster. So she's supposed to be a bit stronger than Taj in the mirror matchup. I'm not so sure about that. Protection. Ready? Go! Okay, so let's start with Mindless Aberration. Can Tori block this card? No. She needs to have a blessing to card. Let's discard this one. There is no. But I have no way. I can't play this one because she has 2 ways to block this. So I prefer to keep my second point of danger and danger. Okay. So it's good for me. She skipped. So I'm the winner of this turn. I have a Spirit Worship active and I have 1 point of devotion. And 6 damage. Let's play this one. She probably has a way to block it. Or to discard blocked other than Jar of Snakes or Jar of Snakes. Do I want to play Feti's Proof? Probably, because she won't use the block creation. Her Indulgence is 0, so if she plays a card, she go to 1 point. And she can't. So I have 5, she has 2, I have 6 in reality. And there is a poison, but poison isn't that useful against Tori as she can Q. Fear is far better. Okay, I have Magnificent Spirit. That's pretty. I can play 1 or probably have to keep this. I can't really use this card because she's gonna block it. I don't. My goal is to reach this turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I need to draw a playable card here, but my deck is made by playable cards. The only card which isn't playable is Maleficent Spirit. Now there is also the card which can exhaust me. Let's start with the 4/4. So she has Fear. I can play Fated. I can play Horrific Vision first. It failed, but okay, so 4 at 10. I say that Tori is supposed to be the fast Evangelist, turn 3, and Taj, which. And now I can just spam Maleficent. Turn. I have Spirit Worship and Stake Worship active. So I apply Fear Free and Poison every turn. I reduce the damage. That's just so good. Dark Protection isn't needed once again. Maybe it was. Okay. Card. She has initiative. It's I have Fortify, but this card can 6 damage. Isn't sure that Phantom Avatar is good enough. Here it is, thanks to Fortify and 5 points of devotion. So this game is probably gonna be a matter of can she heal herself the Forgiveness, I guess? The Heal, Hate and Cure Fear. She has to reach enough devotion and to beat Fear. It's pretty hard for her. Let's see. So, damage reduction, Fear 3, Poison 7. Let's start with Endless Agony. She can play a reaction, but there is 40% chance that this reaction won't work. The reaction worked. And there is now Poison 13. So she has to play Cure now. And to... She failed this one, Fear failed this one, and she hasn't run. So she's dead. Game wasn't that hard. She's kept on turn 1, so kind of easy. Okay. If you have any question, feel free to ask them on the Discord of the game. I'm more active on Discord than on YouTube channel. Discord link is here. You can find a skin. Discord. It's for Red Eye. Oh, I thought it was here. There is a special card. Discord. See you. I hope you learn stuff. Had fun.